Welcome to this channel. So yesterday I received a message from a Wing Chun friend who is also a reader of my books, asking me to share the common or similarity of the practice of Xiu Lim Tao in all every lineage, so that he don't feel lost or feeling that what he practices is wrong. So today I'm going to share with you on this. And also, I received another message, which is really rude, saying that all my videos is for marketing my book, which is I want to respond today on that. The first thing, this channel is for education, so you can find a lot of sharing in this channel, which is free, and you cannot find it in anywhere in this world, even you pay it. Okay, so it is free information. The second thing is, in this channel, books is like textbooks. I will refer to books if it's need to refer to. For example, in sports science just a few days ago, I refer to this for the breathing, for the endurance, heart rate variability, heart rates, like Patrick McCarthy's the Bible of karate, the Bubishi, or even the Ngo Gun by Grandmaster Alex Cole, and of course my books. Well, this is a common things when one deal with technical informations. So if these people saying that I'm marketing, well, am I marketing for them too? Well, sometimes people need to have a clear mind. And also, all these books, disregard of it is mine or it is anyone's here, because they work and contribute to a solution, they all deserve to get paid because they have value there. Okay? So this is a common human practice in the technical field. So when the book have a value, you pay for it because this is other people's work. And this person is complaining, oh, in his country, this books uh, is in English, not in their language, it's expensive. Well, who cares? Okay? Who cares? This is his own alibi only. Anybody who in the real technical field don't complain this way. Thus, today I make this clear. I want all of this type of people to leave this channel. I don't need those kind of people. I'm only communicate with technical, rational, objective people like who went to university, who is professional, not those try to get freebie from this video of mine. You cannot get freebie, sorry, okay? Even my video is free and packed with informations. If one do not have the base, one still will be not able to understand what is going on. So such as one not be able to understand that this is how the professional world works. People work and commit to solving problem, to provide solutions, and they all deserve to get paid. Disregard of it's me, my book, or all this author, they solve problem. Okay? So I want to make this clear, and I want here on all those people out from this channel because this is not for them. I need to get this strict is because there's no right for people sending insulting message to me and trying to playing those uh, I call it soft violence. Okay, so this is what I like everybody to know. If everybody want to learn properly, I have no resistance or no objections to even share more. But for those kind of people, I don't even want to talk to them. Now, let's get back to the Shu Lim Tao practice. This is a big problem based on the fault or the gap of uh, Chinese culture. Today, Chinese practice, say in martial, is very different than 100 or 150 years ago. So, if we take Xiu Lim Tao, today Xiu Lim Tao, you can make equivalent like this lineage have this move, that lineage have that move, and so forth. And if you look into the lineages, let me can share with you that many lineages today is copying the Hong Kong 1960 Wing Chun. Many of them. Okay. So it is like they lost their own characteristics too, because the one of the practice is, oh, if Hong Kong Wing Chun do this or version 1960s do this, you can see in the movie, then we're going to practice it this way too. Or I have it too. Like many years ago, there's a grandmaster told me, you know, the Hong Kong Wing Chun have this, and we have this, and we have this too, so forth the thing. However, that is not the point because all those are just explicit explicit stuff. It's like if we don't know the the engine of the Ferrari and the engine of the Porsche or the engine of the BMW, if we don't know that engine, the uniqueness of engine, even though we can make the same chassis look alike, outer shape, we really don't know what it is. So in today's Wing Chun, technically speaking, rational, objective, technically speaking, all this shape, like even say a tan sao. If you look at tan sao, you can see all lineage have the tan sao. But in today's all lineage tan sao, it is no longer the tan sao of the past. Say we take it really simple. So in 1972, in that in the interview of Grandmaster Yinman prior to his passing, he said that Tan is to receive. Just look around. Whose Tan is to receive today in Wing Chun world? Obviously, you see forward pressure, you see banging your hand up, you don't see receive. But that's what Grandmaster Yinman said. This is at 1972. And today is 50 years later. It's no longer what it is. Okay? So so in order to deal with all this, it is a mess already. One, if one really want to learn Wing Chun, it is better to learn it without expectation. Another word is to clean the cup before drinking the water, or else it is beyond fix. It is as like what I just mentioned just now, the example of Tan Sao. You have forward pressure to the center line, you have striking out Tan Sao. Everybody call this Tan Sao, that Tan Sao. But if you read Grandmaster Yip Man's uh, article, he said that Tan Sao is to receive. So did anybody do it in the world today? Of course it's not, right? So that's how things have changed, not to mention 100 years ago. So the issue right now is do not read anything based on your your mindset. Doesn't matter which lineage you are. Seriously, I don't even read things according to my lineage. I don't. So you can see that for this many years, I don't even want to talk about the Cho family lineage or Yikam lineage. I don't want to talk about that. I just want to base on whatever from the history. So to tell you this is to set up the root of evolutions or reform, or to set up the proper way so that one can learn. So again, with the example of Tan Sao, if I say, oh, this lineage have this similar, this Tan Sao, that lineage have that Tan Sao, and they are similar in Tan Sao, everybody is similar, okay? Similar practice. But then wait a minute, all this Tan Sao is not or no longer what Grandmaster Yin Man shared. It is no longer what the Tan Sao of Grandmaster Yin Man share, and where the Tan Sao Grandmaster Yin Man share is according to the Shaolin Sword Strike Classic. You receive, you get in. So that's why you be able to stick at his body. Today's Tan Sao, you cannot get in. You push him away. So this is the situation now. Okay. And if one using one's lineage mentality, you will be really extremely disappointed or extremely uncomfortable. Why? Because what one will find out is none of one do today is according to what is the teaching. As I just present on the example, everybody's Tan Sao today is not the same with what Grandmaster Yin Man teach. Black and white, right in his interview. So, do you want to uh, continue on today's the lineage, whatever you learn, or you want to learn what Grandmaster Yin Man is teaching? When you get into that, it is a frustrations, right? So this is the situation that it is a mental block. We need to let it go because it is going off to a messy direction. It's no longer what it is. Wing Chun today, face it, it is no longer what it is. So, for Xiu Lim Tao, the first thing is one need to know the six core element. That is the reason I wrote this book. Everything in this book need to be able to one need to be able to know what it is clearly and be able to do the basic. if you want to learn the ancient Wing Chun or the proper Wing Chun. Okay, the six core element. And then say we start to practice the Xiu Lim Tao. Just the first standing, okay, standing. One need to go from every core element, the physical element, the mind element, the breathing element, the the energy element, the strength element, the momentum element. One need to go one by one. Only when one have a handle for one element, one proceed to the second. Don't go jump into the techniques. Techniques is nothing without knowing this thing, without handling this. Because Xiu Lim Tao is a very detailed, advanced teaching. It's not just techniques. So, for example, six core element. The first core element is the body, physical body. The second core element is mind, and you need those to do anything. So, just simply standing there, one need to examine the body. Is that proper or not? And that's why in the beginning Wing Chun, I show how the seven ball lines up and how the body need to be handled. Those are beginning stuff. Those are your physical element. Okay, and of course, like in the Wing Chun Inception, I share more on how the handling of the body. Okay, and all of those need to be known just for single the physical element handling. Well, in the past in China, people don't want to tell you this because this is a secret. Okay, and all those things, I wrote it down all this in details, is so that when one say practice Xiu Lim Tao, just for the stance, the first stance, stand like that. Okay, before one start the Xiu Lim Tao practice, the standing like that, one needs to know that physical element. Otherwise, one have no handle of this. So it is like comparison to if one buy a new Porsche, one sit inside the Porsche and try to get familiar with all the steering wheel and the gear and so forth. So play around a little bit and so feel comfortable and feel really know what it is. That is the first element. And of course, the mind come with that too, first and second, because like yesterday we talked about the practice of Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao is a samatha, Buddhist practice samatha. Your eyes follow your hands. In this case, the eyes say if I uh, standing there, the first thing is I have to know my football, my fitball, like in here, in the so like your fitball. Am I have it there? We aware of it, and then the alignment, and we feel is it comfortable. So you have to do that. So eyes now is actually your intentions or your awareness. You're aware of your football, and then you change. You play with your football a little bit. See, is this natural or what happened? Okay. So that is the details you need for the Xiu Lim Tao practice of the ancient Xiu Lim Tao. Okay. And then you go, and of course, your mind and your body is one. You handle it. So it is mind. It is actually eyes follow your your hand or your awareness follow your different joints, and then you get familiar with it. Now, so you have covered the physical and mind element there. And if you do that, even just standing, you go through every pose, it will be like the Buddhism's meditations. If you look at the monk, they meditate every steps. They're aware of every steps. That's the same thing. That's what it is. See, Wing Chun is not trying to think something or to focus something. It is about to get or let go the distraction. So while you are focused on your leg and study it, aware of it, like a baby playing with your legs, you let go of all distraction. So it's like the Buddhist monk who walking meditation. Every step they walk, they're aware of it or they're mindful of it. Okay, so that's what it is. It is a must to do this way. So this is the body and the mind. Now, after one get into this, one will then go doing this, get into the breathing part, which is the 2C state, or you get into this, the N1 practice, which is you lying down to find out your breathing path, your breathing pathway. So that's the third element. So this is how ancient Shilin Tao developed. And only if you have this basic, you'll be able to understand the writing of the classical writing. And because of this, one be able to use one's body in a really fine way, refined way. Okay? So this is the practice of Shilin Tao. We're very different than today's. Oh, this techniques, that techniques. That's why if anybody who practice it this way, as I just mentioned, when you read Grandmaster Yip Man say, Tan Sao is a receive, it sounds like a thunderstorm. Now, if you don't practice this way, when you read about Grandmaster Yip Man say, Tan Sao is a receive, you don't even see it. You don't even hear anything. Why? Because you're not familiar with that. You're not familiar with all this body, your six core element. If you have your familiar with your six core element, when you see other people, Grandmaster talk or Grandmaster demo, you will see like a thunder for the key points. But usual people, they don't because their mindset is only, oh, Tan Sao, this thing, this thing. So today's Wing Chun, we like it or not, is like this technique, that techniques. When you fight, you just do a jab, cross, hook. Look at all this MMA fight, which is, or in Asia, there are a person who like to participate in the competition. You look at what he's doing. He's not doing Wing Chun. He's doing Western boxing, mixed with Thai boxing, those kind of stuff. So now the key, the core, the soul is to know the six core element. If one know the six core element, it is very easy to learn any techniques, and one be able to know whether the techniques is proper or not. Now, if one don't know the six core element and all this have not going through all this thing, one will have no idea what is going on. Like yesterday, a friend saying, "Oh, Xing Yi is like Wing Chun." Well, sorry, Xing Yi is not like Wing Chun. Xing Yi goes straight line, and Xing Yi body It's a kind of long fist body. It's not the sticking body short strike. Now, for those who have the six core element training, it is very obvious the difference. But for those who don't have the training, will say Xing Yi is the same with Wing Chun. The Honga iron wire is the same with Wing Chun. Tai Chi is the same with Wing Chun. Everybody is the same. Okay. So the difference is there. And for here, I for this channel, I do not want to get into this technique, that techniques. Why? It is obvious today, just using the Grandmaster's teachings example. Grandmaster Iman said Tan is to receive. What do people do today? Millions of Wing Chuners. What do people do today? Is that receive? Is that receive? It's not. It's most of this forward pressure kind of deal or blocking kind of deal. So unless we get this six core element teaching and the basic back, we don't even know what is the past is teaching. So if it is a lineage according to Grandmaster Yip say, if we say Grandmaster Yip lineage, then let's look into it. What Grandmaster Yip present in the article and what one today practice, which is even in the same lineage, is a different stuff. Now, if we get into that, get into argue who is the more authentic, who know it all, and those kind of things, then it is not solving problem. However, if we do the six core element as what I just shared with you and so forth, then every Wing Chun is a Wing Chun. Well, did Grandmaster Yiman do Wing Chun as the Shaolin short strike? Yes. So what lineage? Right? So you get the core, you get the six core element, you get the basic and so forth. You will be able to see explicitly external stuff you can change. You can even create your own once you have that. But if you don't have that, all the similarity and everything, I'm just, how to say that? I can sweet talk you, but I don't want to sweet talk you because I want you to develop the Kung Fu. As what I always say, Grandmaster Iman presentations of the Tan Sao and the Shaolin Sword Strike Classic have no difference. So what lineage? That's called Wing Chun. Grandmaster Iman didn't create that. So it is us who have no idea what is going on up there anymore. And so we lost. And then because we are so egoistic, we want to say, oh, this is ours. Ours is correct. My lineage is correct. Then we further stuck. Because it is more important now that mine is correct. My lineage is correct. And not we learn what it is. So as the same example, you say the I'm correct. Now you look at, like usually I have many friends who practice grandmasters, Yip Man's Wing Chun. We do forward pressure. Tell me about forward pressure. I said, so do you follow Grandmaster Yip Man? Obviously, it's not. So the lineage, we think it is a lineage, is no longer there. It's like a, say, Cho family. You look at Cho family Wing Chun today, not Cho family Wing Chun 100 years ago. It's a different thing. Cho family Wing Chun, even at my Sifu's time, is a short strike art. Today it is like the Hong Kong Wing Chun. It is like the, uh, the, the, the 1960 version of Wing Chun. Okay, so So I'm not blaming anybody because this is a problem of the our era, the confusion in our era. But if we want to really learn something, we need to go back to the root. Forget about what the external shape is. So in an analogy is forget about how the car looks. The reason with all of these books is, be it my books or all the scientific books, sports science book, is to get back to the engineering, get back to the mechanical engineering. Once you know the mechanical engineering, create whatever car you like. But until we know the mechanical engineering, we cannot create. It's like yesterday I talked about the Nim Lake. Well, Nim Lake is not the samatha. Nim Lake is creating something. Nim Lake is UEFA. It's not Wu Wei as the ancient. Now, if you follow the UEFA, you'll not see whatever it is the ancient said. I won't say that's right or wrong, but I'm saying that we will not be able to see what the ancient said, and we will not be able to understand this body. It's like lifting your anus mean to connect the leg and the body, but well, that's somebody's thinking. The truth of the body is if you go through, as what I said, the physical element, it is this muscle. Like when you do the squat, which is connecting the body, when you do the squat, the muscle, and all the spine and uh, the pelvic floor muscle all move dynamically. It's no longer the uh, the 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 lifting anus. Lifting anus cannot do that. So the bottom line is, in this channel, I'm trying to get you back to the engineering. Okay, get you back into the engineering because it is too far already. We off the tracks. If you want a technical, professional, and honest words, it is too far already. Wing Chun today off the track, of the traditional Chinese Kung Fu uh, tracks and off the sports science track. So instead of try to fix whatever here, it's better that everybody study engineering or study the sports science and so forth. So we get back. And it's just very simple. There are many people who work with me, say on the six core element. Within 2 months, their body different. There are people who work with me on the short strike, Wing Chun basic. Within 2 months, the entire body is different. Is there any magic? There's no magic. It's just I get everybody go through all this I just mentioned to share with you. And previously, even though it's just a hobby, previously I have more time to teach to help more people. But now I'm retiring, so I'm very limited to who I want to coach and those kind of things. But so right now I share everybody in the book. If you read the book as an engineering book, you'll get it. Forget about your lineage. Because lineage is really, how to say that, it's become an illusion. It is very superficial. It doesn't tell what it is anymore. As the example of Grandmaster Yip Man. Grandmaster Yip Man said Tan Sao is the receive. But today everybody is a forward pressure to the center line, all this where you crush into other people. So is that the teaching of Grandmaster Yip Man? No longer it is. Receive, you cannot have the line point together and receive. Like I want to receive your punch here, your strike, I cannot receive this way. I have to turn to get receive. Otherwise, I crush. And that's the teaching of the Shaolin sword strike. So you see, if you want to talk heart with heart, okay, not politics, not money, not every fame, you want to talk heart to heart, this is what happened. And only if we go this way, we can solve problem and everybody benefit. If we don't go this way, we always compare who is higher, who is lower, who is more authentic, who know what. We will never get there. Okay? So it is a very different paradigm if you really want to learn it. And as what I mentioned, it's all in the books I wrote it. The reason I wrote it is because I'm preparing if I die, at least that people know who want to study be able to track it down. Serious. I'm 60 something today. Many of my sifu already passed away by they are 60 years old. So this is what I like to share with you. Okay.